Mr. Ripley.
Good morning.
I read in the paper where you receive more mail than any other man in the world. 1 million letters a year. It was news to everybody but me.
Well, I want to hand it to you men. It's a mystery to me how some of these letters are ever delivered, the way they're addressed. Here are a few curious letters that I've received from all parts of the world. This one is written in shorthand. Another one written in the Morse code. This one is not Greek, I should say. And this one is written in the language of the deaf and dumb. This one is written in the naval code of play. This one is addressed with only a photograph and no stamp and was delivered. This one is addressed with a tear in the envelope and a picture of Lee, Ripley. This one addressed with only rippling lines. This one questioned everything but was received. This letter has the name, believe it or not, Ripley, written 3,500 times. Yet it's impossible to even read it one time. It's written in such small letters. And this stamp, a Japanese stamp, was mailed to Japan. And on the back of it, it only has the name Ripley, North America. Britain. It was delivered in 28 days from Japan.
Mr. Ripley?
Yes?
I'm sorry, but you'll have to come with me.
The People versus Robert Ripley. Proceed, Mr. District Attorney.
You are brought before the bar of public opinion, charged with making statements that appear in your books and in the daily newspapers that appear questionable. Are you prepared to defend yourself?
Yes, I am.
You are accused of representing that there is no lead in a lead pencil.
There is not. It's graphite, a form of carbon.
There is no cork in cork legs?
Not at all. It's named after Dr. Cork, who invented them.
The Rock of Gibraltar is not the rock.
Not a rock, and it's not strong. As a matter of fact, it's built of chalk, and it's fast falling to pieces.
You are charged with asserting there is a church which holds only 2 people. Prove that.
That is the smallest church in the world. It's located not far from Latonia in Kentucky. I'd like to show you a picture of it now. It holds only 2 people.
Do you realize you stated that the United States has no national anthem?
Our country has no national anthem and never did have one.
What about the Star Spangled Banner?
That has been turned down by Congress 6 times. As a matter of fact, it's taken from the tune of an old English drinking song. I have brought my witnesses along. Listen, and you can hear it sung.
Personal information, Mr. Ripley. Will you explain the assertion that the Statue of Liberty is resting on a prison?
It certainly is. It's placed directly on top of a military prison, which was used as such by the United States government for 40 years. Now, I'd like to show you a picture of it. The base is a prison, and above is liberty.
You may resume, Mr. District Attorney.
Mr. Ripley, You have made the preposterous declaration that Colonel Lindbergh was the 67th man to fly across the Atlantic Ocean.
That's true, I repeat that. Lindbergh was the 67th man to make a non-stop flight over the Atlantic Ocean.
Explain, please.
You've forgotten Alcock and Brown, the first two to fly the ocean. And then there were the two dirigibles. One had 31 men aboard, and the other one had 33, making 66 people who had flown over the ocean before Lindbergh did.
You allege that a boy died of old age before he was 7 years old. How ridiculous.
If you'll allow me, I'll prove it to you conclusively. The boy looked something like this. This boy was Charles Charlesworth, born of normal parents in Staffordshire, England, in 1829. He reached maturity and grew whiskers at the age of 4 and died suddenly of old age when he was 7 years old.
Can you establish beyond a reasonable doubt that a man held his hand above his head for 10 years?
Why, yes. The Fakers of India do that. The up-arm men. I've seen them myself. I'd like to make a picture of one of them for you. Watch this. This man is Herodotus, the most famous of them all. He held his arm above his head for 10 years, until birds actually built a nest in the palm of his hand. Now watch the birds.
You contend that there is a tree that can commit a murder, that there exists a man-eating tree.
Why, yes, the man-eating tree of Madagascar. I'll make a picture of it for you. Once each year, the natives of Madagascar make a living sacrifice to this tree. They approach in a weird procession, beating tom-toms, something like Chopin's funeral march. You've heard that? Or they might have played Mendelssohn's wedding march. It's exactly the same thing. Listen to that. And then you see the tree folds up, closes in on its victim, and devours them.
Your Honor, I move to have the defendant dismissed on the grounds that he has proved conclusively every statement he has made.
Mr. Ripley, believe it or not, you are acquitted.